now. Good evening, everyone. At 5 o'clock, Indianapolis Metro Police are preparing for violence on Election Day. And today, the police department announced officers will not be allowed to take time off, and they're activating the emergency command center.
ITMA's Richard Essex is working this story and has the details. Richard.
Well, the department says they are not expecting any violence on Election Day, and they say they don't have any credible threats. They are, however, going to be fully staffed with all hands on deck just in case.
The 2020 election has been brisk from the minute early voting started. Indianapolis and Marion County are in the midst of a possible record-breaking turnout. And for the most part, Marion County voters have behaved themselves, at least while they're standing in line. But as Election Day draws near, IMPD is not taking any chances.
So we're preparing. We're opening up our emergency operations center. It's going to be staffed for that 24 hours.
The Emergency Operations Center will be staffed by members of the Election Board, Marion County Sheriff's Office, State Police, and the FBI. Commander Sellis says that they have not received any credible threats to the election process, at least as of right now.
We're not anticipating violence, but we're prepared to make sure that our citizens have a safe ability to vote.
On Wednesday night, Wish TV had Michael Steele, a conservative political commentator and former politician, talk about the 2020 election. Steele is also part of the Transition Integrity Project, a bipartisan group of 100 former and current senior government leaders. This group fully anticipates a chaotic election season filled with legal challenges. Anger, anxiety, and angst are driving voters to the polls in record numbers, which, according to Dr. Stephen Webster, a political scientist at Indiana University, this is not a bad thing.
So one of the things about anger is that it gets us involved in the political process, and we're seeing record numbers of early voters. And so I think, Americans are sort of fueled by this anger to participate. And
Dr. Webster says the political divide is reaching a boiling point and could spill over at any minute.
Yeah, we're kind of at this point where there's almost a perfect storm for something problematic to happen in terms of our politics. So some of my work has shown that Americans today are quite angry, especially about politics. This is problematic for a host of reasons. But one of the things that our anger does is it causes us to sort of shut down rational or logical thinking, and it makes us more prone to just believing what we're told by our political leaders.
IMPD officers will not be enforcing election laws on Election Day at the polls. That responsibility falls to the FBI. IMPD will be there to make sure everybody behaves themselves and to keep the peace. In the studio, Richard Essex, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Richard, thank you. According to the Secretary of State's office, more than 1.3 million votes have already been cast in Indiana. More than 900,000 people have voted in person, and more than 452,000 mail-in ballots have been received, which means more than 80% of ballots mailed out have already been returned. Total voter turnout so far, just above 29%.